issued on December the 2nd. Now, meantime, 2 men are wanted by police for questioning in connection with several serious matters. One of them is Rashand Robert Waldron, alias Blacks or Dark Man, last known address the Back Ivy St. Michael. He is about 5 feet 6 inches tall, has a slim build and is of a black complexion. Waldron has black hair and large ears. The other is 29-year-old Ramel Jamar Alder of First Avenue, Maxwell, Christchurch. He is 5 feet 10 inches tall, has a slim build and is of a black complexion. He has black hair, wide sleepy eyes and thick lips. Anyone who knows the whereabouts of Rashand Waldron or Ramel Alder is asked to call the police emergency number 211 or the nearest police station. Well, Carl Bannister, the 15-year-old from Rock Hall, St. Andrew, reported missing earlier this week, has been traced. He's reportedly safe and now back at home with relatives. Carl was reported missing on Tuesday after leaving home at about 5 that evening. Talks to resolve employee grievances at the Apes Hill Golf Course earlier this week have started at the Labour Department. This morning's talks, which got underway just before 10, are being chaired by Chief Labour Officer Vincent Felix. Representatives of the Barbados Employers Confederation are also involved. Management of the golf course agreed to the talks after workers picketed the property last Friday. The action continued earlier this week as workers tried to force a meeting of management and their representative, the Barbados Workers Union. The BWU Deputy Director of Industrial Relations, Dwayne Paul, at that time complained that it had tried unsuccessfully to meet with management of the golf course for the past month. Labour Minister Senator Dr. Esther Beyer is once again making it clear that the government is not withholding money from former workers of the National Conservation Commission. Senator Beyer says several former workers have received money owed to them and some are still receiving. The only ones who did not get are those who challenged the decision to make them redundant and are having their cases heard before the tribunal. Senator Beyer was speaking in the Upper House yesterday on the National Conservation Commission Validation of Fees Bill 2015.
And so those workers were advised, and rightly so, not to collect their money while that matter is still outstanding. So it is not that NCC is not giving the workers their money, or that the government of Barbados is not giving these retrenched workers their money. The retrenched workers, as far as I'm aware, across the board, not just in the NCC, were all advised to be able to collect their money. It was available to all of them. I speak subject to correction. There may be one or two that, but as far as I know, they all were advised to collect their monies. They all got their packages and all monies that were coming to them, because all of that was calculated in the process. The workers at NCC who did not get their monies are those workers who have challenged their dismissal.
Opposition Senator Wilfred Abrams wants to know if the problems affecting the South Coast sewage treatment plant have been corrected. That plant has reportedly been dysfunctional for more than a year. Senator Abrams says the South Coast is too important to Barbados to be affected by sewage.
The government needs to unpick its collective teeth and say something to the people of Barbados. Has it been solved? If it has been solved, then I will be the happiest person in the world. I'll be first to commend whoever did it. If it has been permanently solved, my compliments will be effusive. If it has been temporarily solved, let me know what else needs to be done so that we can go ahead and address that problem. Let us not pretend that it does not exist.
Well, in response to Senator Abrams, Labour Minister Senator Dr. Esther Beyer says the Ministry of the Environment ensures the safety of water across the island through frequent checks. She says the water is at internationally acceptable levels. Independent Senator John Watson wants the National Conservation Commission to concentrate on the upkeep of several monuments across the island and not just the beaches. According to him, these are places of significance which should be maintained.
There's one on Land's End. I'm not sure of the significance of it, but every year during Emancipation, there's a march to that monument, and there's a big ceremony. But when you go to the monument, it's not well kept. There's one here at, what do you call it, where Clement Payne's statue is. Again, that needs Golden Square. Again, that needs to be kept and maintained Put a water iron thing around it, put up a nice plaque, have it so that it becomes a place of interest, not only for visitors, but our own Barbadian people could go there and read about climate pain.
Health Minister John Boyce is optimistic about increasing productivity and driving down absenteeism at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. That's one of the objectives of the Employee Recognition and Rewards Program at the QEH, and Minister Boyce is giving the initiative his stamp of approval.
Employee Recognition and Reward Program can serve as the foundation for meeting multiple business goals and influencing any number of behaviors across the entire hospital, and can result in increased workplace productivity and employee satisfaction and morale. A decrease in absenteeism and increased employee engagement and increased teamwork and collaboration will also result.
The Health Minister also outlined other objectives of that program.
To translate hospital values into specific behaviors and to focus efforts on achieving these behaviors. Secondly, to demonstrate that the hospital cares for all of its employees as individuals. Also to enhance awareness of employee successes, to promote a positive work environment by assisting in improving individual attitudes and hospital-wide morale.
Well, it was a festive atmosphere when Santa and his team of elves touched down at the Milton Lynch Primary School yesterday. They came loaded with gifts for the boys at the school, compliments the Sandals Foundation. Manager of Sandals Barbados, Ramona Stefan, says it's the second year for the initiative and marks 30 years of Sandals giving back.
It just shows our commitment to your wonderful community of Christchurch, and more importantly, we would like to bring the joy of Christmas to you, so many of you gathered here today. This initiative not only unique to Sandals Barbados, but to all of our 20 properties across the Caribbean, to the Sandals Foundation, as we host this toy drive along with other events of which you are aware, to strengthen our bond with those of you living in the islands in which we operate.
We'll have regional and international stories right after the break.